Okay, welcome everybody. This is Illinois' virtual college exploration for all of our Illinois students. So just kind of a quick rundown. If you've attended other sessions before, you may be familiar with the format. If you have any questions, be sure to use the Q&A. Questions will most likely be addressed at the end of the session. Your camera and microphone is off for the entire presentation, so you don't have to worry about that. And then be sure to sign up for more sessions through the website www.iacac.org to learn more about the different colleges available. And then just so everyone knows, a recording will be available at www.iacac.org. And then I'm going to turn it over to our presenter.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Perfect. Okay. My name is Alex Petrolia. I am an admission counselor for the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So thanks so much for joining in today. I always like to give a little bit of background about myself, but I exclusively help students from Illinois through the admissions process. So I'm super excited to be a resource and a guide to you. I was born and raised in Las Vegas. I attended UNLV. I studied psychology as well. So I have quite the knowledge base of Las Vegas and the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to go ahead and start off with my favorite thing to talk about UNLV is our diversity. So we're actually one of the most diverse campuses in the nation. We have students coming from about 83 different countries. As you can see up on the screen, the bigger the red dot, the more students we have coming from that particular country. Similarly, we have students coming from all over the states in the United States as well. Diversity is something that is very special to the Las Vegas Valley. I had no idea what diversity was until I left Las Vegas and I went somewhere that was not quite so diverse. So UNLV very much has a reflection of that Las Vegas diversity on our campus, and it's something that we take a lot of pride in. We have about 30,000 students attending UNLV, and we're a 21-to-1 ratio as far as students to faculty. So once you get within your particular degree program, those class sizes are pretty small. We have over 300 different undergraduate and graduate degree majors at UNLV. We are most well known for our hospitality program. Being that we are in Las Vegas, one could imagine you have a very diverse backyard as far as what you can access within the field of hospitality. Hospitality at UNLV is ranked #1 in the nation. We have 3 professional schools as well. So we have the only dental and law school in the state of Nevada. Our law school is top 60 in the nation, and we have the #1 legal writing program. We have a medical school as well. So if you're interested in going to medical school, that is something that we have at UNLV. Our medical school is fairly new. So one of the amazing things that they've been able to do for our medical students is give full ride scholarships on the contingency that those students would stay and practice in Las Vegas for their first 5 years of practice. They've been doing that for 40% of the classes going through. I always say that the medical degree is the Rolls Royce of degree programs. It is the most expensive. So if you can get that paid for, it's a really big deal, and definitely something to keep in mind if that's something you're passionate about. Okay, we have an honors college as well at UNLV. Honors College is a selective undergraduate college for high achieving and highly motivated students. Honors College is open to any major, so whether it's dance within the College of Fine Arts to mechanical engineering, anyone can be within the Honors College. I like to think of it, if you're thinking of your AP honors classes, it's going to be a little bit more rigorous of a course load. All Honors College students take the same general education classes together, so they're exclusively for Honors College students. It is going to be a little bit more holistic of a selection process. So that for Honors College, you're going to have to submit essays, letters of recommendation, along with those transcripts as well. The priority deadline is going to be November 1st. We have study abroad at UNLV. So we are a part of an organization called USAC, which allows our students to go to a lot of different places to study abroad. I like to talk about a couple common misconceptions about study abroad because they were things that I believed in as a student. One of them being that it's completely unaffordable. Your financial aid package at UNLV actually follows you wherever you go to decide to study abroad. The study abroad office also helps you apply for different scholarships that are for study abroad to help further fund your experience. Another one is that you might not graduate in 4 years. That's absolutely false. You're set up with an academic advisor to ensure that you're taking classes that go towards your degree program while you're studying abroad. Being that I am a person who loves to travel, it is my mission to let you know as a student that it is the most affordable time to go and travel and study abroad. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely take that into account. One of our most unique academic programs at UNLV is our Entertainment, Engineering, and Design degree. It is a cross between two disciplines, the College of Fine Arts and the College of Engineering. I like to think of it as our very Vegas degree, but it far extends the Las Vegas Valley. One of our most recent graduates of this program is the course designer for Ninja Warrior. So if you've ever seen Ninja Warrior, the person who is designing those courses is a UNLV Entertainment and Engineering Design degree graduate. We are an R1 institution at UNLV. An R1 designation is basically a very prestigious designation for research institutions. There's only about 130 institutions across the United States that have this designation, and UNLV is one of them. It's been bringing a lot of different research projects and faculty to campus, and being that we're a young institution, our undergraduate students really have the ability to get involved in that research very early on. We actually had 2 freshmen get published with their professors, which is very unheard of. So getting involved with research is definitely something that you can do. It's a really, really great thing for your resume, really great experience as well. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about is internships. We are a very hands-on institution. The majority of our academic curriculum requires that you do internships as a part of your degree program. We are in Las Vegas, which is a very large metropolitan area, and we are the only major four-year institution. So our students really have a great opportunity to get that professional experience because of how many different opportunities are available to them. A lot of our students get full-time positions before they even graduate, so that's awesome. I always think about one of my current students right now. She ended up getting an internship about 1.5 years ago with Twitter. She is the lead intern that manages a number of interns at this point for their I Can Help campaign, which is a nonprofit. So that is something that you can get involved with that is outside of the Las Vegas Valley. So there's connections within degree programs that far extend the Las Vegas Valley. And being that we're a very global town, those experiences and those professional connections that you make are gonna far extend our Las Vegas Valley. Okay, so one of our biggest traditions is UNLV Premiere. It is a huge kickoff to the academic year. It gets all of our student organizations together. They are all there and present. There's different activities. There is music, food trucks. It's just a really great, fun event. And it is the time and place where all of undergraduate students get together. There's a huge panoramic picture that's taken of the student body where the students spell out UNLV, freshmen in the U all the way to seniors in the V. We actually have the Guinness World Record from this event for the amount of LED lights lit at one time. So that's one of the fun things to come out of Premiere, but I know a lot of our students really, really enjoy that tradition, and it's where some of them have met their lifelong friends. So that is very fun. The clubs and organizations, we have about 400 at UNLV and counting. So anything from Greek life, so sororities, fraternities, to academic societies and groups, to special interest groups. My 2 favorite are the Pizza Enthusiast Club and the Lightsaber Duelist Society. So if you like Star Wars, there is about 90 active members within this club. So pretty big presence on campus. And the other really cool thing too is if you find that none of these clubs and organizations really fit what you're looking for, you and 5 other peers can make your own student-run organization and leave your own legacy at UNLV. So it really ranges, a lot of different ways to get involved within the student clubs and organizations. We are also a Division I institution, so our 17 athletic teams compete in the Mountain West. One of the most exciting things to happen this past year is Raiders. The Raiders came to Las Vegas and they built Allegiant Stadium, and our football team will actually be playing in Allegiant Stadium. We're one of 16 schools that get to play in an NFL stadium, and our students get free tickets to any home sporting event. So anything from basketball to football to baseball, softball, soccer, you get free tickets to any of these games. I also like to mention too, if you're into sports, but you're not quite wanting to play at that NCAA Division I level, there are going to be different club sports and intramural sports that you can get involved with as well. I like to think of them as the next tier being still very competitive. They even travel to go and compete. That is a type of athletic sport that you can get involved in at UNLV. And then the other is maybe I've never played this sport before, but I want to go and have some fun with friends. So really ranges as far as ways to get involved. This next slide is also one of my favorites. This is a question I get a lot, and it's what is there to do in Las Vegas? And the easiest way to answer that is there's a lot. There's lots to do in Las Vegas. We're much more than the mile-long strip that you might have seen on TV if you've never visited. But one of the things that I like to mention first is our nature opportunities. So about 40 minutes off of campus, because campus is located centrally. So we're right in the middle of the city, about 1.5 miles off the Las Vegas Strip, but about 40 minutes away, that top left picture is going to be Red Rock National Park. So that is a really great place to go on hikes. They have year-long biking trails, really great rock climbing. If you have ever been to Disneyland and gone to Cars Land, it looks just like that. So if you don't want to really get out of the car, there's a 16-mile driving loop that you can go around Red Rock, and it's absolutely beautiful. That bottom right-hand corner is Mount Charleston. So at a higher elevation, we do get snow. I know a lot of my students from Illinois really enjoy the fact that we don't get snow down here in the Las Vegas Valley. Very moderate winter and moderate temperatures throughout the year, except for summer. Summer's pretty hot. But other than that, no crazy winters here. But if you really like winter sports, you can go to Mount Charleston, which is about 45 minutes away. Skiing, snowboarding, tubing. The lodge is a really great place to go and eat and have hot chocolate. In the summer months, it is a really cool place to go and hike. Cool meaning it's about 20 to 30 degrees cooler than it is down here in the valley. And then we're the cultural and music festival capital of the world. We have the most amount of concerts put on per resident capita. Haven't met a student that hates music, so if you hate music, please feel free to speak now. But I know our students have really enjoyed being able to access music. I know that it will be coming back by the time you're going to be in school. So I know right now, maybe not as many concerts as everywhere else, but that is something traditionally that our students really, really enjoy at UNLV, is having that kind of access to live music and music festivals as well. We're becoming a sports town. This is very, very exciting. So I already mentioned that we're getting the Raiders. We have the Vegas Golden Knights, our hockey team. We have a triple affiliate baseball team, the Aviators, professional soccer team, a professional women's basketball team. We are also the home to UFC. So if you enjoy that as well, that's something that our students really enjoy and really like to access. Okay, so this next slide is going to be all of our different resources. So as far as the ones that I want to highlight, the first one is going to be the Academic Success Center. The Academic Success Center houses all of our academic advisors for the exploring major. That's not something that I quite covered when I was talking about majors. The #1 college major as a freshman is undecided, so don't feel like you have to have it figured out we at UNLV have what's called the Exploring Major. So Exploring Majors are set up with academic advisors within the Academic Success Center who are well-versed in all of the majors. They are there to help you figure out what you're interested in, what majors equal what career paths, and help match you up with a major. So you can try different classes, but that's definitely something you can access, and it's going to be within the Academic Success Center. The ASC, as we like to call it, also houses free tutoring. So for any class that you're in at UNLV, you can go and access free tutoring within the Academic Success Center. I always like to tell a little bit of a story about myself because I think it's very applicable to any resource on campus, but it has to do with tutoring. I got to college in my freshman year, I got straight A's and I failed math. Me and math have always had a very volatile relationship, but my academic advisor really wanted me to utilize tutoring and I did not at all. I was a very stubborn student, very independent. I wanted to figure it out by myself. Needless to say, one failed test in the second time taking that math class, I found myself in tutoring. It ended up being a really, really great experience. I ended up passing the class. I utilized tutoring for a number of different classes moving forward just to get deeper in content. But I always tell this story because I think it's really applicable to any resource on campus. The resources are there. They're there to help you, but you have to be willing to access them as a student. I know for me, I was a first generation college student, so I didn't realize how many resources were on campus and how many different people could be there to help me, but that is something that we really like to emphasize at UNLV. We are a non-traditional school. We have a lot of first generation students. And our student body is so diverse that there are a lot of different resources in place to help you. That second picture on the bottom is our rec center. So our rec center is beautiful, first of all, but it's anything that you might imagine is in a traditional gym. We have a full floor of cardio equipment. We have a full floor of free weights. We have a full pool and sauna. There is basketball courts, racquetball courts, a full track on the top floor, a rock climbing wall as well. They have different classes. So if you're interested in yoga, Pilates, core classes, jujitsu, the last thing that is super important that's within the rec center is a full-blown pharmacy. So if you need to see a nurse or physician for any minor ailments, you can do so. You can also fulfill prescriptions right on campus within the rec center. They also have counseling and psychological services within the rec center as well. And then finally, I will mention career services. So when you're a student at UNLV, you get access to what's called Hire Rebel, which is this online portal exclusively for UNLV students. There is a number of jobs on campus that are posted on there. There are internship opportunities. There are different partnerships within the Valley where there are jobs posted just for UNLV students. So that's something our career services do for our students that you have access to that's just very exclusive to being at UNLV. They also do resume workshops, cover letter writing, mock interviews as well. And then finally, library services. So the library is a fan favorite. Every time when a student would go on a tour, I always ask what their favorite thing that they saw was, and it is the library. And usually when I have a student panel on, a student panel will also say their favorite resource is the library. It's a really great place to go and study and get, help with anything. There are different rooms. It's a 5-story building. It has a really great view of the Strip as well, but that's one resource that students tend to really enjoy and really, really like on the campus tour as well. Okay, so campus housing. You are required to live on campus your freshman year. You can see up on the screen as far as what the cost is per semester to live within the resident halls. Depending on what meal plan, that price can kind of range because there's 4 different ones to choose from. Ultimately, one thing that I like to mention about our resident halls is that we don't have a community bathroom. So you and your roommate are sharing a bathroom with another roommate, 2 roommates. So it's suite style. Our dorms are very beautiful. You can see more of these on our IGTV videos on Instagram. So there will be a link for our Instagram later on in this presentation. Okay, so this is going to be the nitty-gritty. Ultimately, what we are looking for as far as admission requirements go are one of three things. We have always been test optional, so we're still test optional. If you have not taken SAT or ACT, we are looking for you to have a 3.0 weighted core GPA. A core GPA is based off of 13 core units. It's going to be 4 units of English, 3 units of math, 3 units of social science, and 3 units of natural science. We're going to take all of those units and calculate your core GPA. As long as you have a 3.0 or higher, you're going to be admissible to UNLV. If you're thinking about transferring later on, we're looking for a 2.5 transfer GPA. Okay, and as far as out-of-state tuition is concerned, you're looking at about $24,000 for the year. This is based off of a 15 credit course load. 75% of our students receive financial aid and scholarships. So this is your baseline, but just know that 75% of our students are receiving some sort of financial aid. All right, so as you can see up on the screen, this is our freshman merit-based scholarships. In order to be fair and equitable to students and continue with our university mission, we are changing the requirements for this scholarship in order to award students knowing that they haven't had the ability to take these exams. So this is definitely a program we're still having. Our priority deadline is super important in order to qualify. And we will be awarding students based off of transcripts GPA. Ultimately, the valedictorian scholarship is worth $1,000 per year, and then president's scholarship is going to be $10,000 per year. Okay, and then Rebel Challenge is going to be a regional scholarship. It awards up to $11,000 annually, which brings down your cost of tuition down to that $13,258, which is super affordable to go outside, out of state and go to college. It's going to be 4-year renewable and stackable, same with our other scholarships as well. So any scholarships that you receive from UNLV your freshman year, you know you're going to have them as long as you continue to meet those renewability requirements for all 4 years. So super important to keep that in mind. Okay. All right, so the FAFSA. So free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA, which I'm sure you have already heard a lot about. Ultimately, we do require a FAFSA on file in order to award any merit-based aid, even if it's not need-based. So if you're unable to fill out the FAFSA, that's definitely something we can work with you as well. So we have what's called the alternate need form. So either one you're going to have to fill out in order to make sure that you're eligible for these scholarships. All right. So our priority deadline is going to be November 1st. So it's coming up quick. You need to apply, be admitted, have all of your documents into UNLV along with that FAFSA or alternate need form in order to be considered for the most amount of aid possible. So you work super hard for your grades, and we want to be able to award you as much as we can, but it's super important you meet that priority deadline. We are on rolling admission at UNLV, so our application will be open until June 1st. Okay. Last thing that I will say is that you will need to follow us on Instagram because that is where the most amount of content is going to be put out. There is a bunch of IGTV episodes on there, really giving you a good feel of what campus life is like, what the dorms look like, a whole bunch of different fun content on that Instagram account. So I definitely recommend checking that out. If you are interested in attending more virtual events, maybe more specific to what major or degree plan that you're interested in, or different clubs or organizations on campus, you're gonna want to see our schedule on the unlv.today/events. So that is where you're gonna be able to see all of those that are posted for the next couple of months. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen to see if we have any questions.
All right. If there's no questions, then we'll just end the presentation if that's okay with you. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen, and just as a reminder, everyone, after this webinar closes, there will be a quick survey for everyone to complete. It's just 4 questions for us to get more feedback on how to improve these sessions. Be sure to sign up for more sessions if you haven't already, and then the recording will be available shortly at www.iacac.org. Thank you again for this wonderful presentation, and I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their night.